Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/infidelity, where we have yet another example of why you should never date a single mother. Let's begin. I took my partner back after finding out she cheated, but I can't stop lashing out. Posted by a throwaway Reddit account. Shortly after we got engaged, I found out that my partner has been cheating on me for a while with someone relatively close to me. Same working and gym circle, but not actually friends. I had my suspicions early on, but every time I was told I was being too anxious or too insecure or freaking out about nothing, to the point where I spent thousands on anger management and anxiety and self-worth and life coach therapists to try and fix what's wrong with me. I did have some minor anger issues, occasional yelling, making irrational accusations about someone's intentions towards me, like telling a very supportive friend that they wanted to see me fail, etc. That stemmed from a really bad anxiety and trauma when I was younger. So finally finding a way to process all of that stuff seemed reasonable, and therapy was and still is the right way to go. Finding out I was right about what was going on the whole time completely destroyed my concept of myself, my self-worth, my issues with anxiety, etc., etc. I spent what felt like weeks walking through life, almost totally unable to trust if something or anything was real or not. For example, if I went to get a coffee and the barista asked me for my order, was she really asking, or was it some ploy to trip me up on my game and get me to break down in public so my fiance and her affair partner could laugh at me because they obviously were watching the situation from a live feed to a van outside or something? I realize how crazy I sound even just writing that out. I went from being a laid-back, loving, pretty positive person most of the time to this monstrously angry, physically violent towards inanimate objects, extremely verbally hurtful, paranoid freak who I barely recognize. It feels like I'm stuck in my head, just along for the ride, watching while my body just takes over and freaks out. I chose to take my partner back after all of this because she expressed genuine remorse and changed all of her behaviors, fully opened up to me about everything, volunteered to give me her location, and was patient with me when I wake up having an anxiety attack in the middle of the night demanding to go through her phone. Things calmed down and almost got back to normal, except for the occasional fight that would start because she would do or say something that would trigger me from when she was cheating. This, I know, is also wrong because my triggers are my responsibility to deal with in a healthy way. After a year into this healing process, she broke down again and told me that she'd actually slept with multiple people and withheld it from me because it didn't seem relevant. I fully lost my shit after this. I said and texted and done some of the most horrible shit I honestly never thought of myself capable of. I took the ring I bought her, smashed it with a hammer. I cut up the love notes I wrote for her from when I was 18 right in front of her. I insulted and dressed her down in every way I could. Yes, she cheated, but it was up to me to be the better person and not react and keep reacting in these ways. Frankly, I'm just as bad as she is. I'm so embarrassed and ashamed and regretful for all of it. For those of you who will inevitably call me a huge piece of shit, I have to agree with you. What do I do to make this stop? Self-control is my responsibility, but it feels like I can't control the anger and the hurt when it comes to this. Why can't I just forgive and try my best to heal with love and respect this person who has put so much effort and time into showing me that they were genuinely sorry for what they did and wanted to change it and stay with me to try and make things better? Am I fucking insane? OP, the reason why you are angry, the reason why you have turned into this monstrous beast that you don't recognize is because you are still together with the source of all of your anger, and you allow her to continue to gaslight you, to abuse you, and to fool you into thinking that there is actually hope for this relationship. But you are correct, OP. It is your responsibility to restrain your triggers. It is your responsibility to be the better person. But you cannot be a better person if you continue to allow this cancer to ruin you from the inside out. OP, if you really want to move on, if you really want to return to the happy, positive person that you once were, you must let go of the reason why you are feeling this way. You must dump this bitch. And now for today's second story. My lying, cheating, now ex-girlfriend made my life miserable for 13 months. Posted by Reddit user Static Stone. Last night I finally had enough and broke it off with her once and for all. We tried so many times to rectify our relationship, but it just couldn't happen. She refused to stop being unfaithful and just shady. I just wanted to talk about the things that happened, why we broke up, and move on. I fell head over heels for her. When we met, we had almost everything in common, and she was really into me. She has 3 kids. Oh, fuck no. Come on.
By the end of this, you are going to be crying like a little bitch.
One adopted and co-parented with her baby daddy. It all started when we took a trip to my parents' house 10 hours away to go hunting and have Thanksgiving with my family. Long story short, there was a big falling out with us and my family because my family thought she was using me because my bank account and almost all of my savings was gone. This was because I spent a lot of money on her because she was in a bad spot and I was so in love that I wanted to make her happy. We went out to eat every day. I bought her a new Xbox, cricket machine, makeup, clothes, gym supplements, games, drinks at the bar. The list goes on. While we were there, she also told me that she was pregnant and I knew it was mine because we had unprotected sex a few times. That only added stress. I had to choose between my family or my pregnant girlfriend. I chose her and we went back home and I cut off contact with my family. She was extremely mean to me during the pregnancy and always blamed it on her hormones, so I just dealt with it. Well, she miscarried both of the babies after 3 months and had major postpartum depression. I tried my best, but I was getting burnt out. I started becoming suspicious about her loyalty because I noticed that she talked to a lot of guys. As in, since we were together, there were probably 40 to 50 guys total, maybe more. That's just what I seen. She claimed they were all just friends and blah blah blah. The following is a list of what I can remember that she was being unfaithful, to which she has only admitted to just talking to other guys. Number 1. Broad one, she Snapchatted a lot of guys, like all the time, and sending cute pictures holding the phone up to show the top of her boobs. And she was just generally on her phone a lot, trying to hold it in a way where I couldn't see it. Number 2. Okay, now more specific. On our way to the gym, I saw that she was texting someone, but I noticed the chat bubbles she was sending were yellow. I recognized it to be Bumble, the app we met on. I never said anything to her about it. Number 3. A couple days later, she showed me a screenshot of a guy's Tinder profile and said, "Look who my friend is talking to. What do you think?" The next day, I saw her texting the same guy. Never said anything to her. Number 4. We went to a bar in the town over to see a local country artist. We have been there for about 10 minutes and while she was standing next to me, she texted me saying she felt smothered. She basically shooed me away so she could go be herself. We didn't go there with anyone else. I saw her talk to multiple guys. I walked up to her and the other guy. They just kept on the conversation and she tried to include me. We 3 eventually parted ways and left the bar. Number 5. The next weekend, she wanted to go to the same bar just for drinks. Before we got there, she insisted on giving me $20 to go get a glass of whiskey at the whiskey bar down the street while she stayed at the other one. I declined. She insisted. I declined again. She kept insisting, saying she wanted to do something nice. I finally caved and bar hopped for an hour. I texted her and said that I was bored and coming back to the bar she was at. She said, "We are going to this other one." I said I would meet her there. I saw her and that same dude walking together from the past weekend towards the bar she said they were going to. Then they turned back and went back to the other bar and they never saw me. She waited 15 minutes before telling me she turned back. Number 6. I went through her phone while she was in the shower. Saw 4 new Snapchat messages, all from other guys. So I opened one. I saw her send 3 selfie bikini pics and the next text said, "By the way, the sex was amazing. Very passionate." I confronted her. She said that this was an ex and that he called her a fat cow. And those pics were sent to prove otherwise and that the sex message was her talking about me. I broke up with her. She tried to kill herself with pills and ended up in the hospital. I don't know why, but I came back after 3 days and re-rectified things for now. Number 7. A buddy of mine that she had met previously said that he saw where she swiped right on him on Bumble. I confronted her again. She denied it and said that it's because she only deleted her app and not her actual account. Somehow we stayed together. Number 8. She left her phone in my truck when she was in her house. I looked through it and found 10 dating apps on her phone. She was actively using Tinder that I saw and was talking to other guys. She said she downloaded those as a trap to see if I would go through her phone and that she only talked to guys to make it more believable. Yet again, we broke up, she tried to kill herself, and we rectified again somehow. Number 9. We went to a hockey game and while there, I saw her texting a dude. I saw her send a message that said something, "How's work going, babe?" And him replying, "It's kinda slow, how's the hockey game?" Her reply, "It would be more fun with you." So I confronted her. Again, we broke up, she took pills, and we stayed together.
Everything you say to me is pissing me off.
My god, OP, how stupid can you be? I'm getting real tired of your shit. Anyways, number 10. The last straw. Her mom was scheduled to have a major surgery where there was a lot of risk. She called me the night before and said, "Hey, I'm going to be with mom because she's really worried. I don't get good cell signal, so if my Snapchat location messes up, that's why. I just want to build trust for you." I checked 2 hours later. Her location was at a bar in a totally different town as her mom. I confronted her. She lied and said she was with her mom at her house. Then magically, 30 seconds later, she called and said she was on her way home and was at a gas station parking lot. She refused to send me a picture of where she was at. I told her to go to hell. And now I am finally single. All of this happened within 1 year. I feel so stupid. I feel used. Know your worth, people. I tried my best, but there was no saving this. There's multiple other stories, but I can't type anymore. Thanks for reading if you made it this far. Holy fucking shit. That was one hell of a read. I don't know how your brain functions. 13 months and you've already depleted all of your savings being with this chick? Dude, what the hell are you thinking? Your family was entirely right. She was using you for money and your money only. She doesn't give a fuck about you. She doesn't love you. She doesn't respect you. She doesn't care for you. All you are is a meal ticket and you stayed 13 months for that? Getting cheated on over and over?
Wow, like a bitch.
And that's what Frieza said.
Come on, man. You have got to be better than this. Don't make the same mistake with your next relationship. But who am I kidding? You're a simp down to the bone. You'll definitely do this again. Good luck with that. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.